Hold up your hands or I'll shoot. I say I'll do it.
This is my first job, mister.
What are you after?
Something to eat?
Are you really hungry?
Am I? Could eat the cheese out of a mousetrap. If you've got a canary, well, hide the birdseed, that's all.
Well, there is a lot of food in the house, and I hate to see a man go hungry. If that's all you want, then come on in.
You're all right, boy.
Hold on. How do I know this isn't a trick? I don't mind to put a bullet through your heart.
You mean cut it out?
What do you mean?
Just like I said, if you want my heart, you're going to have to cut it out. That's a paper cutter you've got there.
Well, it's a sharp one.
Oh, you're a sharp one.
Come on.
Where did you get that lamp, mister?
That belonged to my father.
It's from South America.
Well, that's where Father got it years ago. Have you been to South America?
Pretty near all over it. There's only one place to make lamps like this, in Tarabara, Peru.
Well, that's where Father got it.
That's a good luck lamp.
A good luck lamp? I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Why, the natives down there, if they believe that if they're in trouble, all they have to do is light one of these lamps and their troubles disappear. I believe it too, because it happened to me. Once down in Tarabara, I was out of a job and I lit one of these lamps, and guess what happened?
What?
Why, a man saw the light, come to the house, and give me a good paying job then and there.
Genie, at least.
No, this is a real good luck lamp. It's not any Aladdin's lamp or any fairy story one.
You believe that lamp will bring good luck? Well, I don't. It never brought me any.
Well, that's because you never lighted it. See, the wick's not burnt. It's brand new.
That's right. Say, I wonder who put it on the table anyway. We always keep it in the closet. Well, hand it over. I'll put it to the test. I'll fill it.
It's filled already. It's got oil in it.
That's strange.
Well, you won't have to fight me, boy. I don't do any crooked work when one of those lamps are around. This is where Billy Worth says goodnight.
Say, you're superstitious, aren't you?
That's right. And you know what I believe? Good luck will come my way just because I found that lamp.
I'll get you some food before you go.
Well, that's a starter.
First, I'll light this lamp and see if it brings me any good luck.
You got just about everything a fellow could want now, haven't you?
No, I'm tied here like a baby. I've been treated like a kid all my life. I want to get out and see the world. I want to travel. I want to go to South America.
Why don't you?
Harold!
That's why. She won't let me travel alone, and she won't travel with me till my sister's been married. She has control of all the money.
Oh, she has a key to the cash box, huh?
Yeah, she won't even let me have cigarette money.
Have one?
Will I? Say, my name's Harold Deering.
Mine's Bill Worth.
Good to meet you, Billy Worth. Tell me about South America. Where's the best place for a man like me to go?
Harold!
Yes, Aunt Matilda.
Are you in the living room?
She's coming. If she finds you, heaven only knows what she won't do. Quick, the window.
I could tell you a lot about South America.
Come back and tell me. My aunt's going out, and my sister's going with her. When they've gone, come back. I'll have some supper ready for you.
That was straight goods I gave you about this being my first crooked job.
I believe you. Hurry.
How will I know when your aunt's gone?
The lamp. I'll light the lamp and put it here by the window.
For good luck.
Yes, for good luck. When you see that lamp by the window, you'll know the coast is clear.
Oh, then I'll come in at the door and I'll give you some fine pointers on South America.
Great.
Harold!
Hurry.
What are you doing?
Nothing at all. That is, I was admiring the night, the moon, the stars. Such a glorious
A
heaven.
cigarette. You're smoking a cigarette. Harold, where did you get that? Oh, don't tell me. I know. Mr. Clark gave that to you, didn't he?
Archie Clark?
Certainly, and don't you deny it. Oh, yes. He's in love with your sister, and he's bribed you. Harold, What did you promise to do for Mr. Clark in exchange for that wheat? Oh, don't perjure yourself. You brought a note to your sister from Mr. Clark. Harold, what is in that note?
But Auntie,
I demand to know the contents of that letter.
there wasn't any letter. Archie Clark didn't give me the cigarette. There, does that satisfy you?
Well, I shall have to talk to your sister about this.
Look here, Auntie, I want to go to South America.
South America? Harold, I never want to hear you mention that horrible country again. Besides, Alice and I need your protection. Oh, it reminds me, we're going to go over to old Mrs. Tarrant's place this evening for a cup of tea.
Want me to see you over?
No, it's just a step over there. You can see her lights from this window. I want you to stay home and guard the house. Annie will be home, so she'll answer the door if anybody comes. Oh, yes. And now here are Emerson's essays. Or if you'd rather read Shakespeare, there is some of his plays there.
I want to get out and see the world like Dad did and do something.
Oh, there is plenty to do around here. Harold, I want you to keep an eye on your sister. I think that Mr. Clark is getting in touch with her in spite of my precautions.
Why do you object to Archie Clark? I think Alice would be lucky to get him.
Oh, it would be a calamity. How could you even think of such a thing?
He's good looking, isn't he?
I don't know, I've never seen him, and I never hope to see him. Oh, no. He's completely unsuited for Alice.
But why?
A lawyer without a client? Oh my, and he's as poor as a church mouse, completely penniless. Oh no, but Alice marries. She'll marry a man with a substantial bank account. I'll see to that. Economy's completely out of good taste. Besides, it's very uncomfortable. We won't talk about Mr. Clark anymore.
He has a rich uncle?
A rich uncle who might live for another 20 years. And when he does die, might leave his money to an orphanage. Oh no, I don't believe in speculation. Rich uncles are an uncertain quantity. I wonder how old that uncle is. Now, if I could arrange for a meeting between him and Alice, they might find they have a great deal in common. Where are you going, Harold?
To get something to eat.
Oh, you're always eating. Tell Annie I wish to see her.
Yes, Auntie. Poor Archie.
Oh, are you ready to go, Alice?
I think I won't go out yet, Matilda. I have a headache. I'll stay at home.
Oh, well, Mrs. Tarrant especially wanted to see you.
I don't feel up to calling, Auntie.
Oh, well, I'll get you an aspirin. That'll make you feel better immediately.
Please don't. I don't want to go out. Really, I don't.
Oh, nonsense. Mrs. Tarrant shan't be disappointed if I can help it. I'll go get you a powder. I told her I'd bring you over, and bring you over I shall.
You shan't. You shan't. You shan't. Well, why haven't I the courage to tell her and face it out?
You want to meet Miss Danny? Where's your aunt?
She'll be back in a moment. Oh, Annie, what shall I do? Aunt Matilda's gonna make me go out there and... Oh, Annie, you know.
Is Mr. Clark coming tonight, Miss Alice?
Not so loud.
Is Mr. Clark coming tonight?
Yes. I knew Auntie was going over to Miss Terrace. I wrote Archie. I told him to come. I told him as soon as Auntie got it, put a light in the window there so he'd know all was safe. I'm going to use that little lamp that Father brought from South America. Why, it isn't here.
Well, here it is on the table, Miss Alice. And all filled.
That's funny. Harold must have taken it out.
So it's to be a signal, is it?
Yes, a signal to bring Archie. And Auntie says I have to go out with her. Weren't you ever in love, Annie?
I was that.
Then you'll help me?
I will so. Come down and sit on the couch, and I'll rub your poor, aching, throbbing, scheming little head.
Oh, thank you, Annie. You're a dear. Careful not to muss the hair. Who are you in love with, Annie?
Oh, fine fellow, Miss Alice. For one failing he had and couldn't get over it. No, it wasn't drink. It was worse than that. Drinking can cure a man, but a rum spit in a man you can't cure. That was his weakness. He must travel down amongst the indigos and the likes of them, and for that he couldn't stay in one place and settle down. Wished it was the waste of a fine man.
Where is he now, Annie?
Oh, down amongst the Chileans or the peristyles or the likes of them. He went one way and I went another. We lost track of each other.
Do you still care for him?
Can I say, if he should come back and be willing to settle down and looking for someone to settle with,
You'd marry him.
Well, I'm not saying I wouldn't. So that light's to be a signal for your lawyer boy, is it?
Shh. Roberta, here comes Auntie.
Sure, it's not good that you should be going out tonight, Miss Alice.
Are you feeling worse, Alice?
No better. If I go out, I shall suffer terribly.
Oh, here, take one of these. You'll feel better.
I'll take it as soon as I go, Mother. Thank you, Auntie.
Well,
You won't mind if I don't go with you, will you?
all I can say is that she'll be very disappointed, but if you're going to suffer, I guess you better stay here. Oh, Annie, Mr. Harold will be here to watch the house. I want you to watch Mr. Harold.
Yes, Miss Deering.
If you smell cigarette smoke, you investigate immediately. That will be all, Annie.
I understand, Miss Deering.
By the way, Alice, does this embryonic lawyer of yours, Mr. Clark, smoke cigarettes?
No.
Well, that's strange. Have you received a letter from him today?
Not a line.
Well, that's very good. We just will have no more communication with this pretentious man. I want this for your own good, Alice. I want to see you happily married. I believe in love, but I don't believe in a girl marrying a poor man.
Archie has a rich uncle.
Oh, my goodness. That's the second time today I've heard that mentioned. Now, if you found the uncle congenial...
Auntie!
Well, all right, all right. But we'll say no more about this. Go to your room now and take the aspirin.
Yes, Aunt Matilda. Have a good time and don't hurry home.
Oh, I certainly shall take my time.
Good.
What was that?
I said good night, Auntie. Good night.
Good night, Alice.
Aunt Matilda, what are you doing?
Well, I'm lighting this lamp.
You mustn't do that.
Why not?
It's never been lighted before.
Well, that's very true. I only had it cleaned and filled this afternoon.
But it's haunted, like an Aladdin's lamp. Something will happen if you light it.
Nothing's happened yet.
But great crickets, Auntie, it will happen. Look here, what are you lighting it for anyway?
Well, I promised old Mrs. Carrot that I'd put this light in the window when we were ready to go. Then she'd know when to put the tea things on to boil.
Tea water? By the window?
There's nothing to laugh at.
You bet there isn't.
Now, put that over there on that stand, Harold.
Honest Injun, Auntie. This is supposed to bring a person good luck.
Well, I don't believe it.
Neither do I. The tea will be ready by now, Aunt Matilda.
Oh, we've got plenty of time. Harold, the lamp.
You told me to put it on the stand.
Well, I didn't tell you to move the stand. Now, put the stand back where it belongs, by the window.
Yes, Aunt Matilda.
Harold, why don't you do what I tell you to do?
You told me to put the stand by the window.
Well, now, put the lamp on the stand and leave the stand where it is. Am I clear?
Perfectly.
Oh, my goodness. There's been a terrible automobile accident. The car rolled right over. Oh, my word. Man was killed instantly. Huh. They don't even say who the man was. Harold, why have you left the plant there?
Well, the plant needs more air than the lamp does.
Look, remove the plant. Leave the stand where it is and leave the lamp on it. Do you understand? Is that clear?
Perfectly. They'll shan't be torn to pieces if I can help it.
My goodness, that car caught fire and burned right to the ground. Oh, my goodness. Harold, the lamp's got out.
So it has. The draft from the window must have been too much for it.
Well, close the window. Bring me the lamp and I'll relight it.
I wouldn't waste any more oil on it, Auntie. Mrs. Terra must have seen it by now.
Bring me the lamp, Harold.
I was just going to.
I'm a woman of my word. I told Mrs. Terrett that I would light this lamp and put it in the window. And put it in I shall. Okay, let me see. Oh, there. Okay, we'll just put that back in the window. Oh, this lamp. Never used this before. There. Now, put it back on the stand.
And the stand by the window. Will the automobile recover? I mean, will the man be repaired?
Harold, you're very nervous. It's all about cigarette smoking. I can see it very plainly.
I wish I could see a case of cigarettes plainly.
The lamp! Who put that lamp there? Take it away!
Are you out of your mind?
Oh, it's okay. The curtains.
Shh, don't tell her.
Oh, the curtains are pulled. I wonder who pulled those. Harold, open those curtains.
I'll open them up, Auntie.
That's a signal for Mrs. Terrett to put the tea water on to boil. Why aren't you dead, Alice?
I thought you'd be gone. I heard voices down here. I came down to investigate.
Where did you get that necklace? And that ring? Are those gifts from Mr. Clark? Did he give those to you?
Yes, he did.
Oh, well, of all the nerve. I'll just give them right back to him. Give them to me at once, Alice.
No, Auntie.
At once. How could you even think to take such gifts from a lawyer without any clients?
Can't get it
That's real. Well, take it off. I'm going to give them back to him anyway. You're just stalling. Yeah, those look real. Well, that's neither here nor there. Who put out that lamp? It's a fine thing when I can't even light a lamp in my own house. Do you object to my taking a cup of tea with Mrs. Terra and Alice? Do you, Harold? Oh, don't explain. Just bring me the light and I'll light it again. Once more for good luck.
Good luck.
Good grief.
It's Harold's fault.
Why didn't you watch where you're going?
Why do you have such big feet?
Who's big feet?
Children, stop quarreling. It's not that big of a matter.
I'm glad you take it sensibly, Aunt Matilda.
Why shouldn't I take it sensibly?
What's good luck, eh?
Good night, Aunt Matilda. I'm off to rest this time. I'll be over to Miss Terrence. Good night.
Good night.
I'll see if my supper's ready. I'm glad you take it sensibly, Aunt Matilda.
Well, why shouldn't I take it sensibly? And with the lamp, I've got a half a dozen extra globes. The tea water, time to boil.
Aunt Matilda! The signal! Annie, don't go to the door. Don't answer the doorbell, Annie.
It's Mr. Clark. Say it's live. What will happen now?
Oh, Mr. Clark! So, Yanni, you were expecting Mr. Clark. Well, of course you were. You've changed your dress to greet him.
Why
You
did
had no intention of going to bed.
Why did I remember the lamp had an extra globe?
Of course. That lamp was to be a signal to Mr. Clark to bring him to the door. Why, that was to let him know that I'd left the house.
Don't blame Archie, Aunt Matilda. It's all my fault. I asked him to call.
I'll save my remarks for Mr. Clark. Annie, you see that she stays in her room. I'll answer the door myself. Harold said the lamp would bring good luck, and this is a piece of good luck.
Get there, Miss Alice. Perhaps things will come out all right yet.
Right. How can they?
Oh, come to your room, Miss Alice. I'll make sure the lawyer boy's a match for her.
Yes. Don't try to defend yourself, Mr. Clark. You arranged for a clandestine meeting here this evening. Of course, your very clothes condemn you. They showed you meant to come in disguise. Didn't you wait for that light in the window before you rang the doorbell? Wasn't that your signal?
Well, yes, it
Now
was,
left
but-
the house. Not another word. You admit your identity. You confess your guilt. Well, please be seated. I have something I want to say to you. Sit down.
Yes, sir.
Please allow me to do the talking. You have chosen to disregard my wishes, my commands, by coming here tonight. But now that you are here, I shall tell you exactly what I think of you.
Just a minute.
Be seated. I know what you want to tell me, that you have a rich uncle.
Have I?
He could live another 20 years, and it's not even certain he'll leave you his money when he does die.
Isn't it?
No, it isn't. So there's no use discussing it any further. Oh, yes, and this ring. I want you to take this ring.
Oh, no, I can't
You
take that.
have nothing to say about it. I insist. My niece has no further use for it.
Hasn't she?
None whatsoever. She wants you to have it.
Well, always willing to oblige a lady. Boy, it's a beaut.
Oh, yes. And take this necklace also.
Hasn't your niece any use for that either?
No use whatsoever.
Oh, no, I can't take that too.
You have nothing to say about it. You have to take it. I won't listen to a refusal.
Well, if you put it that way, oh, just look at them sparklers. Is there anything else your niece would like to get rid of?
Not that I know of.
Where's Harold?
What do you want with my nephew?
He was going to give me something.
Money? He owes you money. How much has he borrowed? Oh, don't bother to explain. Just give me the amount. Tell me how much and I'll write you a check for the full amount. Oh, there's no use talking to you about it. What was it? 15, 20, 50, 100?
If you just let me...
How much?
We'll make it 100, I don't care.
Payable to?
Make that payable to bearer, will you?
Certainly. I have no wish to write your name. There. I just wanted to say of all the impudent, unbearable people I have ever known, you're the worst of the bunch. There now. You know the way to the door. Please leave. And if ever I catch you here again, I shall certainly call the police.
It's the lamp that done it. What next, I wonder?
Is it your ghost I'm seeing? The ghost of Bill Worth?
Annie. Annie O'Shane.
Is it really you, Bill?
Is it? This is all because of the lamp. It's working overtime. You never got married, did you, Annie?
Not a bit of it. You never got tied up by the South Americans, did you?
Do I look it? I've seen the world, girl, and I've quit traveling. I'm ready to settle down. That is if I can get a special girl that I know to settle down with me.
Well, now, I'm not at all sure that you can.
How would you like to wear this pretty necklace, Annie?
Oh, it's fit for her touches. It's too fine for me, Bill.
How would you like to help me spend this check, Annie? Pay to bearer, $100.
Well, cast your eyes on that. Did you come by these honest, Bill?
Fair and honest.
Well, then I guess if you really mean to settle down, I think you really can get that girl to settle with you.
Done. You're engaged to me, Annie O'Shane. And here's the ring to make it binding.
Oh, binding it is. Real diamond. Just look at the sparkle of it.
I won't live to marry Annie O'Shane if I don't get something to eat pretty quick. I'm starving to death.
Starving, is it? Well, come along to the kitchen, I'll feed you right up. Well, that is, if you haven't spoiled your appetite for cold pork and pumpkin pie with your eating of all those peppery South American foods.
Cold pork and pumpkin pie. That must be the food they feed the angels on. Lead the way, Annie.
Come along, Bill. Oh, look at the sparkle of it.
Alice, that I have given the jewels back to Mr. Clark. He's promised never to come here again. Oh, who can that be?
Aunt Matilda, I thought you'd gone.
Harold, don't get in the way. I'm going to answer the door. Annie's evidently busy.
No, wait, Auntie, I'll get it. It's a friend of mine, I'll have to confess. His name's Billy Worth. He was a rough sort, but he was hungry, half starving. I told him if he'd come back later, I'd give him some food. He's out of a job. We need a gardener, don't we?
Well, you shouldn't really invite these rough men to the house, but your kind heart does you justice. I will admit this man and see if his story is true.
Now, if Billy only doesn't behave himself and talk about South America, it'll be all right.
I understand you're looking for a position as a gardener. What experience have you had in this line?
Archie Clark. You put that lamp in the window.
What are you doing here?
That lamp, a signal from your sister.
Good grief. Auntie thinks you're the gardener. Don't let her find out who you are, or she'll throw you out. Don't let her see your clothes.
Where were you last employed, William?
William. Oh, well, I was employed by the Duke of Salisbury, madam.
Oh, the Duke of Salisbury. Well, that's very splendid. Oh, sit down and make yourself comfortable. Take off your coat.
Oh, no, I can't. I couldn't bear to let you see my clothes.
Oh, poor fellow, as ragged as all that. Oh, well, how did you happen to lose your place with the Duke?
Well, you see, it was like this. The Duke, he wanted me to plant Jack in the pulpits among the black-eyed Susans. I said, Duke, I can't do it. I can't mix the Jacks and the Susans like that. It's too scandalous.
Oh, of course, quite right.
Well, he persisted and I refused. Finally gave me the choice of doing as he said or leaving his employ. Well, could I submit myself to such an outrageous proceeding? I could not. So I left his employ.
You have references.
References? Unfortunately, I left those at home.
Where is your home?
My home? Why, it's, where is it?
Don't excite him. He's nervous. He's weak.
Oh, of course he must be half starved. I forgot. Harold